the best Bond of all, Roger Moore. Or you guys didn't? Okay, I imagine that's a controversy, but to me,
There will
the
always
reason I said about Roger Moore, when I was old enough to finally go to the movie theater, the first Bond movie I saw was Live and Let Die. So who was it? It was Roger Moore. So who am I going to
Daniel
always
Fekete.
think? Yeah, exactly. Well, the point being is, who do I think is James Bond then? It's always going to be Roger Moore to me because that was my first Bond movie.
And then, of course, the irony of it all is some people think that Christopher Lee was the model for James Bond.
Yes, I heard that.
Because his cousin wrote the books, and he was actually in intelligence during the war, and nobody knows what he ever did because he wouldn't tell anybody.
Now, I don't know, in real life, did Christopher Lee have a third nipple? The Man in the Golden Gun, Scaramanga, that was how they knew who he was. He had a third nipple.
No, but I can always dream, can I?
But that's true.
Yes.
That was his identifying feature. He had a superfluous third nipple.
It just doesn't sound
So
very
that's why I was
Bond-like,
wondering
you know?
Have you ever read the first book, Casino Royale? The first movies, they don't really kind of mesh anyway. I read the book, and this don't feel like a Bond movie. Movies and books are two separate things. But there it is.
I don't have too much skin in the game as far as the Bond.
Like it.
I will say that everybody was better than will anybody disagree that Lazenby was kind of like the weak link in the chain?
No, I kind of.
Actually, that was a great movie. That was a great movie.
I agree that he wasn't as good, but I still think the biggest link was Pierce Brosnan.
Brosnan wasn't bad. You know who was definitely underrated and never got a good shot at it was Timothy Dalton.
Yeah.
Well, he walked
I think he
away
made some good
himself.
movies.
Yeah, he only got 2 films.
But I think he walked away himself because he didn't want. Well, he wanted nothing to do with it because Timothy Dalton's a damn good actor. Even despite some of the crap he did, like. But I mean, let's give him line winners, shall we?
All right.
Timothy Dalton's, like I said, he's one of those proper British actors, despite the fact he's done some weird crap.
I gotta pay the bills.
But what he did with Simon Pegg?
I don't know what did he do with Simon Pegg. Oh, was he in Hot Fuzz?
Yeah, I think he was, wasn't he?
He was the bad guy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Actually, I did like Daniel Craig as a Bond, even though it was a very different kind of Bond to me. I mean, like, he seemed to be a little rougher, a little more willing to actually get violent.
The thing about that, though, is, and I kind of agree with you, but here's what was wrong with them. It was too complicated. They were always about his emotions and about this, that, and everything was confusing. He didn't know who to trust. They overdid it. I thought his movies were overwrought.
I could see that.
I want to watch a movie. It's going to be like some kind of nerdish power fantasy or whatever, and I don't want to sit there and like have bad feelings about this, that, or the other thing. The only person that James Bond ever mourned was Mrs. James Bond, and that was what happened at the end of Her Majesty's Secret Service. And it was Diana Rigg too, as well. But after that, I think if it's canon, I don't think he had any other serious love affairs. But in the first Bond movie, Casino Royale, what was the hell her name? Vesper? Was that the name of the girl?
Hey, Jim.
Later on.
Casino Royale. What was the name of his love interest in Casino Royale? The love interest in Casino Royale.
Daniel Craig's love interest, something Vesper.
Yeah, Daniel Craig.
Anyway, my point being, after that, and then even the next couple of movies, she would come up as like some kind of head game or some kind of torture for him. Because apparently, she died, or whoever killed him, whoever the bad guys were now. I just decided I kind of lost the thread on the Daniel Craig films.
I can understand. They kind of went too far with that.
Will you please get me something to fucking drink?